there villagers, welcome to A Bake With Me. Today we are making the rich scones recipe from the B Road cookbook. Tomorrow we are celebrating my mother-in-law's birthday a day early with an afternoon tea, and this is what she asked for, so here's my go at making my own scones. As you know, I'm Cornish by heritage, so we will be putting the jam on first, and this is what you'll need. 225 grams of self-raising flour and a good sized bowl for mixing. Next you will need a pinch of salt. You can measure it. I pour it into the tiniest crease in the bottom of my palm and tip that in. Next thing is margarine, 50 grams, which doesn't sound like very much, I know, but it does seem to go a long way. So you're then going to cut it in with the flour and rub it in. Here's the magic. We're going to pop it in and it weighs exactly the right amount. I was surprised too. And now, by the wonders of television, we will rub our fingers together and it will all magically become what it needs to. Ta-da! And now we need to weigh the sugar in. 25 grams of sugar, so they're not very sweet. So now we're going to turn this powdery stuff into a soft dough that we can roll out. So it needs to be fairly stiff. You'll need 1 egg and a little whisk or a fork just to give it a quick beat before we pour it into the bowl with a splash of milk. This whisk came in a hot chocolate gift set that I received once, and it's been one of the most useful things in my kitchen that I didn't buy. Right, give that a good scraping out and stir together and see what it looks like, and then add some milk and then some more milk until you're happy with the consistency of it. I'm going to keep turning it to the camera so that you can see. As you can see, 1 egg doesn't go very far, so we're going to have to do increasing drops of milk. You're going to have to be the best judge of this, so do a little bit and mix, and then a little bit more and mix. If it goes too far, you're just going to have to put some more flour in and mix it up and try and even it up that way, but ideally don't go as far as that. You probably could stay on the slightly powdery side, because then when you tip it out onto your work surface you'll need less flour anyway. So little bits of milk until you're happy with it. It should just about hold itself together as a soft dough. Scrape down the spoons. A bit more milk. It is very much a do it by feel kind of exercise. Oh, can you see it's just starting to come together? Give it a good mix. There we go, it's starting to hold its shape. Filmed in real time, not sped up. could add cherries or mixed dried fruit or chocolate chips or anything else like that really at this point, maybe slightly before you put the milk in, but I've been asked to make plain ones because not everybody in the afternoon tea tomorrow likes fruit scones. Next stage, flour the worktop, just to make sure your dough doesn't get stuck and make a mess. And then using this lovely bread scraper, dip it all out onto the work surface and fold it all together. Bit of a smush really, which is a good word I like for baking. So we're just going to knead it sort of. It's very soft. It doesn't need kneading like bread would. And then using a rolling pin, we're going to roll it out. The recipe book said to 1 centimetre thickness, but when you see the end result of my scones, you may well think the same as me, that perhaps that's a bit too thin. Let's see what you think. This is the first time I've made scones properly at all, much less possibly for several years at least, but I think at all. So always remember to flour your work surface and your rolling pin, and then using a round cutter of some sort, of some size. That's a ramekin, so actually they are quite massive. Make as many as you can. Re-roll the dough as necessary. I got 5 out of this. It's supposed to make 8, but to be fair, that ramekin is quite big. And then the last one didn't really need cutting out because it was about the right sort of size. So just shape it into a nice little sort of round, and then we'll measure it against the ramekin. Yeah, that's good enough, isn't it? If necessary, that'll be mine. Then we're going to make an egg wash. So using another egg and a splash of milk and the whisk again. See, I told you, it's a very useful tool. We're just going to brush the tops of these ridiculously large scones to give them a glossy finish before they go in the oven. You'll end up with a lot more egg wash left over, but there's not a lot we can do about that. So let me settle an argument for you while I've got a moment. Jam or cream first? I watched a programme about the Victorians and it turns out both are incorrect. And in a minute I'll tell you why. So they go in the oven for 10 minutes, but because these are massive, they actually ended up for 20. Don't they look lovely?